server. Here we go. Hi guys, welcome to Team Training. So, oh my gosh, as I was saying, 1 week left of November. I just can't believe it. I'd love to know, guys, like this is the time that the last week of the month, I do this every single month. And this is something I always encourage to the people who want to take their business seriously and make sure that you're hitting your goals and you're having the growth that you want, even if it's just a little bit every single month. But how do you want to finish this month? Think back of how you wanted to start it. How did you go? How consistent were you? Reflect. How well did you stick to your plan? Notice where you had like the distractions and whatnot, which is totally normal. We all go through them. There's nothing wrong with you if you get distracted, unless like I get distracted all the time. But look, some people might say there's some things wrong with me, but look, I'm just normal. But you know what I mean. It's good to see where you're distracted. So where can you improve? And this is the week to make magic happen. And guys, one more Juice Plus payday until Christmas. What was your paycheck in November from October? So what was your last paycheck? How much would you love to see it grow by you helping other people with our beautiful product and our mission and our program? Like, I just can't stress it enough. You know, every time I host these calls, I'm like, get out of your own way. You can do this. It is not about you. It's about who you can help. And when I think that, when I'm caught up in here and the fear of rejection or what are they going to say, or they probably can't afford it, etc., 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 I'm making it about me and living in fear. When I come down into my heart space, that's when I make it about other people, and it gives me so much more confidence just to message them, because I'm not even thinking about me and my reasons and my excuses and my fears and whatnot. I'm thinking about the other person. I have something really cool. I want you guys to write this down. It's a really beautiful reminder. I know our guest tonight, Olivia, even wrote it on her bathroom mirror. So fear is the perception. Fear is a perception that you will have a loss without a gain. So fear is the perception that you will have a loss without a gain. Does that make sense? Give me a little hands up. Those of you who are on camera. Awesome. I'm going to say it one more time. Tamara, can you let people in the waiting room while I'm chatting? Yeah, cool. So fear is the perception that you will have a loss without a gain. And oh my gosh, like I was reminded of this the other week when I went and did another personal development course, because I'm always investing in myself and my own growth. And I was like, oh, this is so true, because I have fear all the time. All of us have fear, because we have this perception that there's going to be a loss without a gain. Oh, what if I talk to those 10 people that are on my chicken list and they all say no? So we're thinking that if I put myself out of my comfort zone, I'm only going to get rejected. But what comes with the feelings of failure, right? What comes with being rejected? What comes with the things that we feel is a loss? The lesson, right? The confidence, the resilience. You cannot have a loss without a gain. Life is in duality. You cannot have a positive without a negative. It is fact. It is physics. It is proven. It is truth. So anything that you have fear of, right? You're just thinking that what if I do this and I fail? You're thinking that there's only going to be a loss. So you're stopping yourself from taking action because you think there's only going to be a loss, which we all know is BS, right? Because we know also, where does success come from? Taking the action. So fear is a perception that you will have a loss without a gain, and you can't have a one-sided coin, right? Life is in duality. You can't have a negative without a positive. And I just think that is such a beautiful reminder. Every time you feel scared or anxious or something's holding you back, remind yourself of this, that you're just perceiving that there's a loss without a gain. There's always a gain at the same time as there is a loss. Same as the other way around. So I won't go into too much more of that. If you have any questions about that, please feel free to send me a private message and I will elaborate, because I love this stuff. I love the mindset around business and life and everything. But I'm going to move on, because I've got one of my beautiful best friends and team members who is going to be sharing with you today. I'm interviewing her / just getting her to share everything that she's been learning. And it's a beautiful Olivia. And for those of you who don't know Olivia, I think most of you do, she's been in the business now 3.5 years. Am I right? I get this wrong every time. She can correct me. And the last 2 years, so the first year to year and a half, she kind of just sat in the background, didn't really do anything. As we've all been through this part, you know, like had a lot of fear. So I had a lot of perceived loss without the gain, right? And just kind of watched from afar. And then 2 years ago, she was like, enough is enough. I'm so sick of my childcare business. It's a crappy place to work. And Liv can share more about that anyway. And she's decided to take action on this business. And in the last 2 years, she's grown up to the QSSC level, which is amazing. She's about to reconfirm for the 3rd time her promo with the new compensation plan. And just watching this beautiful human grow from the moment we became friends to now being best friends in this business, you just have to hear it. And what I've asked her to share is like, Olivia's the whole package. Like, she's not just about, okay, how do I do this business and the how-tos. It's about how can I grow? How can I get out of my comfort zone? How can I show up for my business? What is my vision? Do I have clarity on what it is I really want to create? And this woman she's taken on board all of the things. She's been teachable and duplicatable. And I share that because, you know, you have to be teachable in this business to learn what the successful people how they've walked before you, however the saying is. And she's done this, and it hasn't been an easy ride. I can tell you that. Trust me, we're on the phone every single day. I'm wiping back her tears. I'm telling her to get over her BS. She's telling me to shut up because she doesn't want to hear me telling her what she needs to hear. And I just, Liv, I just wanted to share. I know you've written like 3 pages of notes, so I'm just going to let you go for it. And guys, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment. Like Liv and I, we're just your everyday people. I love doing this. Like, don't put Olivia on a pedestal, because when you put someone in the pedestal, you put yourself in the pit. You know, no one's better than anyone. We're all equal. We all go to the toilet. We all fart. We all swear when we shouldn't, you know, like all that stuff. I don't want you to look at the people on team training and think, I wish I could be like them, because we are all equal. So without further ado, I'm going to shush now and hand it over to the gorgeous Liv. Did you want to unmute yourself, babe?
Hi, everyone. Can you all hear me all right?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, I'll get straight into it. I'm actually super excited, and I do have 3 pages of notes. So I'm just going to kind of read and go from that. So first, I really want to talk about mindset with everybody. So number 1, every single day, I physically make the choice that I'm going to have a great day. Like, that is non-negotiable. That's how I start my day every single day. Even if I am feeling a little bit shitty, I try and do something that I know is going to make me feel better and make me feel more aligned, so I can have a better day and help more people. And also, when I am feeling shitty, I let myself feel like that. I find I used to be the person that would be like, I have to be happy all the time. I have to be healthy, and I have to go to the gym. I have to exercise. I have to do all these things. And I felt like a fraud that I was selling a product and a business and this community when I was having shitty days. But the truth is, we're all human. Like Kim just said, we all fart, we all poo, we all have shit days, whatever it is. Like, it's so true. So I think it's so important. One of the things that I've learned the most is, like, let yourself feel how you're feeling. The longer you disregard it, the longer you're going to feel that way. So let yourself feel. You're human. So like, have those days. And then I'm going to go into this a little bit later, but that's also sharing that on your social media, sharing that with people, being authentic, because that is what people buy into. They don't want a perfect you. And again, we can all put our hand up and say that we've thought that that's what people want, but it's not what people want. So also, it's thinking and showing up as my future self. So for example, when I decided I wanted to hit QSSC, every single day I would reconfirm to myself and say that I am already there, and picture myself as my future self and as my highest version. So I could like literally visualize being there. I would visualize Kim doing a post in our group and congratulating me. I would visualize the customers I want to create and come into my team. I would literally think of everything. And so it's because I'm already there before it's happened. And also, like, this is to have, whether it's an NMD song or not, is have a song that you just love, like how Tamara puts on a really cool song every time we do this. It just gets you upbeat, it gets you in the mood to help people. So I literally listen to this one song like 5 times a day, all the time. And thinking about NMD, I know the outfit I'm going to wear. I know what I'm going to do when I walk out on the stage. Like, I visualize it every single day. So it's really, really powerful when you start to show up there, kind of in your mind before it's actually happened. So it's starting your day right. Do you have daily rituals? Are you taking the product every single day? Are you moving your body? Are you doing things that you love? Are you showing up as the person you aspire to be? Are you do you have things you do every day to make sure you physically have a good day? Because it's such a game changer when you put time and effort into loving yourself first. And then who are you surrounding yourself with? Because that's a huge thing. We're really lucky. We have an amazing community, and we have a lot of people we can surround ourselves with that help us show up and be the person that we want to be. So community is massive, and a lot of what I share and what Kim has taught me to do is be around that community and really just put yourself in with all those people, because it automatically makes you feel so much better as well. Now, this is something that I'm really, really inspired about. So the biggest piece of mindset advice that I can give you is everything that you think you need to be successful is already within you. You already contain it. It's always been there. The universe is just waiting for you to grab it and be like, I'm going to take this. I'm actually going to go for it. And it's so funny because I'm sharing this, and it's something that I do struggle with every single day, but it's something that you can work on every single day. And just really just like think like everything you need to create what you want to create is already in you. Like, when you think about that, I don't know, it just makes me like feel like I'm on top of the world. It's the best feeling ever. And also, so you have to be the most powerful voice in your head. There's going to be people coming in left, right, and center. You have to be the loudest one. Listen to you. That's the most important thing. And now moving into kind of business goals. And also, if I have to, like, tell me if I'm going for too long as well. So I think I was having a conversation with Helga, and she really helped me to remember how important this is. It's remember to look back where you've come, like look back at your journey, look back at all the things you've already achieved, the one person that you helped, the team member that you might have helped make an extra couple of $100 they could cut down the day at work. It's the friendships that you've made, like, and it's in the personal development in yourself. Like, look how far you've come every single day, and don't be so hard on yourself, because it's so easy to get caught in that trap and be like, I haven't got this many customers, or I haven't done this, or I haven't done that. What have you already created? Because I can guarantee you have changed somebody's life in some way, shape, or form, and even yourself. Look back on that and be proud of yourself, and don't be afraid to share that as well. Okay. So, and every day I have shown up every single day. I may be sometimes I feel like I'm taking a long time or whatever, but I continuously show up every single day. And even if it's doing one reach out message or just doing a story, like, I really did make that decision. I don't want to give up. I want to show up. I want to help people. I want to make this work, because I know the life that I don't want to have. So every day I'm working towards the life that I want to create. And when I'm And still with showing up, guys, like when you're tired, when you have no belief, when your kids are annoying you, when whatever the excuse is, I've like implanted that in my head to make me push even more, because I seriously can tell you the life I don't want to live. And that is really my driving point. And I just think when I want to go to bed and I can't be bothered, I just think, do one more thing, Olivia. Like, how can you do one more thing to help somebody? How can you show up as your future self right now? And we can all have all the excuses in the world, but really make these excuses your driving point. They should be the thing that light you on fire, that make you want to do this. Because I know that it's my driving point. And like I said, I know the life that I don't want to live. But also it's remembering, look what you've already created, and you are successful right now. And now, okay. When you when you want to give up, think of the things that are hard in your life, that give you the tears, that make you realize and remember why you are doing this. And for business as well, own Juice Plus, own what we do, own the products, own the business, own all of it. Because I remember feeling embarrassed or not brave enough to share what I do, or feeling like I'm not smart enough. I don't know all the science behind the products. I don't speak like Tamara or Nat or whatever. But it, like Tamara spoke to us beautifully at the penthouse the other day. And if you don't have to know anything, it is literally what we do is whole foods, is teaching people about whole foods. And like what I do is I literally just share all of my life with everybody. I show them the good parts, the bad parts, the Juice Plus parts, the personal parts, the family parts. That's it. And I just show them, I just turn up for them. And I kind of want to just inspire people and let them know that they can be the person that they want to be. That's all it is. Don't be embarrassed, and own it, because as soon as you start owning it, things will shift within your business. 2 seconds. So another great thing to do is figure out what's holding you back. Really think deep into it. Is it maybe the fear of what others will think of you? And share this with your upline or your buddy, whoever you're holding hands with in this business. Talk to them about it, because the chances are they felt exactly the same. And then when you share this, you're not going to feel alone, and they can hold your hand, hold you accountable. Like Kim said, if you want to, they'll hold your tears back. They'll be like, babe, this is so normal. And I think it's important to know that you're not alone, and that we all feel and go through the same things. A really important thing is the people who are supposed to be in your journey will be there at the right time. And that's your family, that's your friends, that's your customers, that's the people that join your business. They will be there at the right time. I just think that's a really important thing to remember. Also, often when we're growing in this business, we tend to do a lot of personal development, and where we were down here and then we move up and we move up and we move up, whatever it is. And this actually tends to trigger a lot of people that we're close with. And it's so important to remember that those people, they don't want to come up here and join you because they don't want to do the work, but they're going to try and bring you back down. So it's so important to remember that their opinions do not pay your bills. And it's so important to know that it's okay that you're going on this different journey and you're moving up, and they don't want to come. You want them to come because you want them to feel happy or whatever it is. The best thing we can do is lead by example. Literally just live your life and live in your values and do what it is you want to do. And I'm telling you right now, eventually they will follow. And if it's not in this lifetime for them, it's fine. Just love on them anyway. But the best thing you can do to help other people is lead by example. Okay, and now I'm going to talk a little bit about social media. So The best thing I can say to you guys is be you. Literally be unapologetic. I think that's how you say it. Unauthentic and yourself. Like, I am so bad at English, but I often share that with people. Like, so just be yourself and post what you love. If you go onto mine or Kim's or anyone's social media, like, you'll be able to tell what their values are just by in the first couple of posts. So anyone that knows me knows that I love the color yellow. I love the ocean. I love helping people. I love talking about mental health. They're literally the main things that I speak about. So when someone goes onto your social media, you want them to be able to know exactly what you're all about, because that's going to help create your tribe. So, and also being okay with not being able to help everybody is a really big point. And also it's because you're not going to connect with everybody. So I connect with people that love the beach and love mental health and love being energetic and sporty and adventurous. I don't necessarily, like, of course I want to help everybody, but I don't necessarily want to help or connect with people that that do things that I don't like to do, because we're not going to have any of the same values. And you're kind of just going to waste time. That person will find someone that connects with them. So focus on the people that you connect with. I think that's really important because it creates beautiful friendships as well. Show up every single day on your social media. Let's take advantage of social media. It's not everything, but obviously, like, we're not blind. It's a big part of our world, and it can be a huge part. It can be a huge tool to help you grow what you want to create. So show up every single day, take advantage of it, but don't forget the coffee catch-ups and ringing people and seeing that face to face. Because again, like how we just had Penthouse on the weekend, everyone knows I love the community. I literally love making friends and holding people and hugging people, and that's such an important thing about what we do. With social media, remember to stay in your lane. Like I just said, it's a huge part of our life, and there's a lot of people out there that are doing what we're doing or doing something different or whatever it is, and it can be really overwhelming when you look, oh my god, they have this many followers and look how pretty their pictures are and this and that and whatever. It doesn't matter. You're just going to take yourself out of action. Stay in your lane. Don't worry about how many people are following you or how many friends you have or whatever. Focus on you, and if you're laser focused, that is what is the difference between you and the next person. So with posting, if you don't know what to post or you get just overwhelmed, post what you love. So I post on repeat. I post about mental health. I post about the color yellow. I post about the ocean. I post about my friends in the community. I post about my relationships and about money and movement, and like, it's on repeat. It's the same thing, but I obviously change it and tweak it. So, and it's always authentic. I'm actually not one for scheduling posts. Most things I post is something that I've felt in that moment, and I feel like I want to share it with someone. So I think that's how I come across as authentic, because I'm constantly doing that. But on the other hand, I think it's really, really cool to, whatever conversations you're having with somebody, say you're having a product conversation and the fact that money always comes up or time always comes up, create posts that pinpoint those fears, because that person watches you. And if you just own the fact that this does not cost a lot of money, that you do not have to have time to take some capsules in the morning, they're going to see that. And the more that they see that, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, she's so right. I don't need half an hour to take 6 capsules. So there is a tip there. Use stories, use live events. Another really cool thing that I learned is when you do a post or you do a live or whatever it might be, and people are commenting, don't leave that for tomorrow. Comment back, reply straight away, because it will pop you back up to the top with the algorithms and things like that. And also, it's super important to reply to everybody who loves and comments on your feed, because they're inviting you to say hello. You like, that's such a wasted opportunity. Plus, you always want to come from love and thank them for supporting you. So that's something really cool to think of. Follow-ups are literally key. If people are always liking your posts, always commenting, then that gives you an opportunity to follow up with them. Say, hey, how are they going? Like, be courageous. One of my biggest things that I've wanted to feel this year is to be courageous and be confident. So literally just takes like a couple of seconds of getting out of your comfort zone and just send the message, and you feel so good. And can I tell you the amount of times I've been so scared to send a message to someone I've never spoken to before, someone that I've known for years, whatever it might be, a family member, and they come back to me and they're like, Liv, oh my God, like, how did you know I needed to hear that? How did you know that I needed your help right now? Thank you so much. And I'm a huge believer that everything is aligned at the right time for the right reason. So just try and listen to your intuition and just love on people. Be really vulnerable, share your story. That is why people choose to be in alignment with you, is because they relate to you on some level. Hunt for no's. No's are the best, even though we all get so scared of them. No's are like the best thing ever, and don't be offended. It's not about you. They've got 5 things going on in their life that you have no idea about. It's not about you. They will come around, and just keep being your beautiful, authentic, real self, because you would be surprised, even if people don't want to buy from you or join your team, how much you help people. And at the end of the day, what do we all do this for? We do this to help people. It doesn't matter what the outcome is, just be there to love on people. That's just something I just love to do. It just makes me feel so happy. And yeah, so be a master asker. Don't just ask questions like, how are you? Or like short short, I can't think of what it is. Like I just said, I'm not the best at English. You know what I'm trying to say? So ask questions where they have to reply to you. Be like, I think one that I do is really cool is like, if you say, how are you? Do how are you really? By you just adding really, people actually feel like, oh my God, I can share something with this girl. And like, that is a really big game changer just by adding really to the end of it. This is a really cool, funny thing to do. We all obviously get stuck in the scroll, like everyone does it. And it's important as well to scroll, but when you're scrolling to, it's only because you're wanting to comment on people's things, because you want to interact with people. So I only do that, or I try to only do that when I'm on the toilet. So when you're on the toilet and you take your phone, because everyone takes their phone to the toilet, don't lie, use that 2 minutes or 5 minutes, half an hour, whatever it might be, and use that time, because you're doing nothing else anyway, and comment on people's stuff. And then you no longer have to scroll, because that just takes you out of action. So that's a funny tip, funny thing you can do, and it's just fun. Save your stories, save your pictures, especially for stories. Save what you've done and use it 2 weeks from now, because it can be quite time consuming to do a whole video of you making a smoothie, or whatever it might be. So save those things, especially if you work full time and you have to put all your stories up when you're on your lunch break or when you're on the toilet, whatever it might be. You don't know if you don't ask. And yeah, so then as well, have events. Really tune into events, buddy up with someone. Events are crucial for what we do, even though we work a lot from social media. Run events together, make it fun, make a community. It's like I say this to Kim all the time, like, I probably shouldn't say this, but I don't even care. Like, I love Abundance Club. I have just met girls that I've only just met, and they feel like my best friends, and I just love it. It's the best thing ever, and people are going to stay if you have built that community. Hunt for friends. Literally look for friends. Like, I look for friends all the time. I love making new friends. And okay, I'm nearly done. Hopefully I'm going good for time, Kim. So some of the daily actions that I do that maybe you could implement, this is what's really helped me get to QSSC and reconfirm. So I'm a schedule queen. I do not go, a lot of you know MJB seminars already. This is a schedule book that I use, and it's a lifesaver for me. And one thing, I was having a call with Bron, this is something that I've implemented that's new, because I was getting really caught up with working full time and wasting valuable time, is schedule I like have set days for things. For example, every Monday, check in with your team. Every Tuesday, make it your mission to network. So like I network every day anyway, but I have one main day where I go out of my way, go on Instagram, go on Facebook, do everything that I can do to network, to add new people, etc. And I find that has really, really helped me. Thank you, Bron, in being smart with time, because I get really overwhelmed because I write lists and I feel like if I don't get it all done, I'm not successful. And that's not the fact at all. Lists are really good, guys. I like ticking off things, but that's your masculine self. So it's good to be in your feminine self as well, because you're successful either way. You've done something. Whatever you've done something. Whether it's brushed your teeth, you've done it. Like, congratulations, it's the best thing. So kind of be open about that. Just literally don't, like, I never just share Juice Plus and like we've all done it. I share my day. I share everything that I do, and I really love sharing everything that I do. What I cook for dinner, like I like to do pranks on my partner, or like whatever it might be funny, because people like to watch that as well. I think I'm nearly done. So I think it's really important to create, this is a good tip for social media, to create FOMO. So say you've done a poll or you've got no one in your inbox. People don't need to know that. Pretend that there is. Create FOMO. Create people, make it like people want to join, like they have to join your program or they are missing out. Because it's literally works all the time. So if you put up a story or a post, whatever, and be like, oh my gosh, please excuse me guys for not getting back to my replies. I'm getting back to you right now. I've got so many to reply to, blah, 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 whatever it might be. People are like, oh my God, I want Olivia to talk to me. Like, that's literally how people think. So, and if you have an event and no one comes, happened to me so many times, post about it anyway. No one needs to know that no one came. You're not being fake. You're being really smart. And another thing is, if, for example, you have a big list of replies to get back to, say stuff has been going on with life and you haven't been able to get back to everybody and it's overwhelming you, when you go to reply to that person, never say, I'm so sorry for not replying, or I'm so sorry for taking so long to get to you, because that's being really negative on yourself. So if you can change your language a little bit, and if you just say, excuse me for my delayed reply. And I find for myself, with like going back to ticking off things and have I done my DMO and whatnot, by being more gentle on my language and how I speak to myself, it really helps your mindset, which helps you in the long run with your business. And another one, just quickly with that, is instead of saying I'm really busy, my mouth is so dry. Instead of saying I'm really busy all the time, or I'm caught up, or I'm rushed, just say I'm in flow. This has been a huge thing within my business and in my life. I'm just in flow. And as soon as you say that, you can feel the shift in your energy, and you'll just feel you just feel in flow, and it's the best thing. So I'm leaving you on this. Never give up. In the 3.5 years, 4 years I've done this, I've never given up, because even on the days where I can't when I can't see that I can do this, when I can't believe in myself, when I have all the excuses in the world, and there's so many excuses, like, guys, like Kim said, I'm not perfect. I literally have a cry like once a week. Just don't give up. Have a vision for yourself. Think so big. Like, the visions I have for myself are huge. It scares the shit out of me. But I know I don't want to work in childcare for the rest of my life. I don't want to be on the dole. I don't want to turn out like my mum. And I know that's hard. I don't want to be like that. I want to create my own success, and I want to create a life that I'm proud of, and I want to be proud of myself. So never, ever, ever give up. That's the only way you can fail. And I just want to end you guys on this. Whenever you have doubt come in this week, this is last week to end the month. This is where our paycheck for December is really important. Whenever you have doubt creeping in, just say to yourself, I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. Say it again and again and again, 500 times a day if you have to. Whatever it is, just know that where you are at is okay, and it's where you're meant to be, and you are so bloody worthy of it all. Thanks, guys.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Oh, Olivia, thank you so much. Guys, how are you feeling? Please put it in the chat. How are you feeling from that? Like, I am vibing off your energy so much, babe, and you did amazing for time. That was like, I was writing so many notes and like making quotes from everything you were saying. It was so good. We do have a little bit more time. And is there, Liv, because like you're amazing, like you're sharing like the positive side of everything, and it is very relatable. But I'd love for you to share maybe just like one or two things, like what's something really recently has actually been like a really effing hard struggle or challenge for you to keep it real, because I know you guys might be watching them being like, oh my God, she's got her shit together. We don't have people who have high energy don't necessarily have their shit together. So Liv, I want you to, just so people know that this is where your mindset's at right now from you speaking, but what recently in the last couple of weeks or months has been your biggest challenge?
I think my biggest challenge has been using the excuse every day that I work full time, and that just really time pressure, like really, really gets to me, and just thinking that I'm not good enough, and also putting everybody else before me. I know I've had this conversation with Kim this week. There's been some huge changes that I've had in my life in the last week. And I thought that I was being authentic, and I thought that I was loving myself, but really I wasn't, because I was putting everybody else before me, putting everybody at work before me, putting my friends before me, my relationships before me, everything before me. And it just, like, I was struggling hard, guys, like just full breakdown, and just really sick of, because I know that I want to be better, and I know I feel like I'm going on a tangent, but I just really struggled with life in general, and working full time and trying to do this, and trying to do this in a quicker amount of time, and being really hard on myself. And I just really, this is all within the last week, just took a step back and was like, what is the point of anything? What's the point of anything in life if your mental health is so bad you don't want to be around? And that is the thing that has pulled me out of my BS, guys. What's the point of anything in life if you're not happy every single day with what you're doing? So I actually quit my job on Friday, not because I want to do Juice Plus full time, but because I'm sick of putting everybody else first, and I'm sick of trying to wake up and be fake every single day and be happy and act like I can cope when I wasn't coping. So just like accept if you're not coping, and where can you tweak something in your life to start showing up as your future self. Stop being like, oh, I'll do that next week. It was so scary quitting my job. Literally, I was like, just so scary. And guess what? I found a new job in 3 days, and everything lined up for me. Everything. Like, it's insane what has happened to me in the last week. Just trust yourself. Trust the universe, guys. It's like the biggest piece of advice that I can give you. Just trust you, because everything, and again, this is what I need to tell myself, everything you need is already inside of you.
Love it. Love it. Thank you so much for sharing that, babe. The reason I wanted Liv to share that, and I want to elaborate on that a little bit, guys, because Liv's not saying, we're not saying like, if you hate your job, go quit it. Like, Liv has built herself the resilience and the mindset, and she has taken action on her business every single day. Like, she has stayed consistent, which is the key to success. So she is at a point now where she still wants to be really consistent in her business, but her job was like putting this terrible, like this negative pressure on her, and she couldn't keep up. And you know, I'll be really honest, what happens in life is a lot of people, and I have seen this in 7 years of being in business, people, they're doing, like, for example, they're doing a Juice Plus, right? And they're doing their job, their instant money job, while they're building their business, and the pressure builds up and builds up. And what do? They quit the thing that they have big vision and goals for, because they can't keep up with both, because they're addicted to the short-term money that is getting them by week, paycheck to paycheck. And then what happens is they quit the thing that was empowering them, and then they're staying with the thing that's pulling them down, just to get a little bit of relief of time. So they don't have to do both. And it's the worst thing you can do, is quit the thing that lights you up and that gives you that you see opportunity in the future. And I'm not saying like everyone wants to do Juice Plus full time. It's not about that. But there's a lot of us here, and that was me, who we had the JOB and we had the business. And I was like, well, I was much more pulled to growing this business and it's funding me from the work that I did than building someone else's dream. And what also happens in this business is we have the shitty job and we build Juice Plus, but we have this, like, we want Juice Plus to be our vehicle to be able to do this other kind of work as well, so we can do both. But what happens is people drop out of the incredible vehicle that we have that builds residual income, and then try and still stick with the shitty job and try and do this other dream job, right? And the energies just don't balance. So if you're at that space, if you can relate to Liv, like, by her saying she got rid of the job that was fully just draining her, you have to make sure that if you're going to let go of that, you've got to make sure you commit and you as best as you can and show up for yourself for what you do want to achieve, right? Otherwise, if you give up completely on the shitty job and on working on your goals, you will get to the point where like the stress kicks in and you're like, what am I doing? If that makes sense. Give me a little raise to the roof or not, that makes sense. Cool. So thank you so much, Liv. We're going to wrap it up there. No one added any extra questions, Liv. I think you covered like everything that we needed to cover. And yeah, guys, Dash for Cash, 500. There's, what is that, $950 worth of bonuses this month up for grabs. Like, seriously, like, I don't think we've ever I don't even know, since I've been in the business 7 years, I don't think we've ever personally, like us uplines, not head office, your upline leaders, like us leaders, have put on so like this amount of money in the 7 years that I've been in business. There's never been this much money on the table, and it's up for grabs from anyone. So don't miss out. All right, guys, have the most amazing week. Tomorrow, is there anything you wanted to add in? No, we're good. You guys are amazing. Let's rock out. Let's finish this year with a bang. All right, let's do it. Love you guys, and have the most amazing rest of your week. See ya.